Hi Cancer, it is Kendrick from Providence Tarot. I am here to give you your mid-April proofread. Okay, this is for Sun, Moon, and Rising, or if you have Moon in your first house, or if you have Sun in your fourth house. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. You had two cards that fell out during the pre-shuffle, and those were the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Wands is talking about not letting anything get in your way and not feeling restrained, no obstacles, right? It's like making it happen against all odds, right? The Eight of Wands. And it's kind of like it being an open playing field for you. So something is kind of like coming very easily, right? But there's always going to be work to maintain that. And that's why the Eight of Pentacles comes in here. So something is kind of like fated to happen, destined to happen, but you also are fated to have to like prove that you can sustain it, whatever that is, right? But this is really good. Eight of Wands, Eight of Pentacles is like doing the work and, increasing your level of skill, enhancing your level of skill with something. The eights are motivating you. They are encouraging you to keep going. The Eight of Wands says keep doing what you're doing. The Eight of Pentacles says that your work is worth it. The proof is in the pudding, right? So let's get it going. For sure. And you are finding something that you value. Something is worthwhile. All the work that you put into something, it is going to attract abundance in some kind of way. Logic and reason and skill. Challenging yourself, right? To do something better than you have, Yeah, you're trying to strengthen your product, or you're trying to add more, or better quality, or somebody really likes your product, really likes the quality of your work. Someone really does see it as being inspiring. With the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles, that's not going to change. This is saying that this is actually really something. So now I'm going to cut your cards, Cancer. And in the center, we have the Eight of Cups, another eight. So these are all related to the Strength card. And they're also talking about like Mercury, being in your head about something. You're going to have to leave something behind in order to walk into this, open playing field of abundance for you, which is the Eight of Wands and the Eight of Pentacles. Something that you had emotionally, that you had invested in emotionally, right? Something that you had mentally had in your head, an ideal, right? Or an idea, something that you had imagined, right? And you're kind of like stuck on the imagination of something, right? Something old though, and we want you to have a new imagination with the Mercury, right, that rules the third house and also the sixth house, which is both mutable, adapting to changes, right? So it's kind of like something is trying to innovate your life. You have to also bring about innovation into your life. You have to challenge yourself to make certain changes that aren't going to be easy. And sometimes in order to level up in life, you have to make certain changes that are going to be, challenging the ways that you used to do things, or the way that you have seen things, or the way you had hoped that things would go. You know what I mean? In some kind of way. But it's like the Eight of Cups wants you to leave something behind so that you can go into this. This is what you're leaving behind. So that you can go forward into this eight and shoot that shot there and go, right? Something is meant for you. And then there you are, doing it, performing, making it happen. And this is also, all of the eights are talking about how you perform, how you behave, right? What are you doing and what are you acting? What led you to this, right? How did we get here, first of all, right? Processing that. The who, what, where, when, and why. All of those questions. What led to this? What was the process? Beginning, middle, and end. Right? So we're in the middle of something. So we're seeing that now there's some changes going to be made, because if we don't change, then it's going to end up being some sort of way, or it's going to end up being like this, you know? So we're leaving something behind. But it's good. We're telling, yeah, here we go. Look, you know what you're leaving behind with the Eight of Cups? You're leaving behind something that didn't fit you anyway, something that wasn't benefiting you, something that wasn't like, you know, it was restricting your freedom. You know, something was definitely restricting your freedom. Okay, emotionally, or just kind of like your creative freedom here with the Five of Pentacles, because the fives are talking about creativity and what you will, right? Strength of will, the power of the will, and the Pentacles are Taurus, which is talking about what you have, you know, so you didn't feel like you had the power of free will here, okay? So let's go ahead and flip over what the other cards are. Rebirth, which is Pluto. Pluto is definitely talking about power. Pluto is talking about regeneration, right? Regenerative energy. The hair is there, and that is kind of like letting something die so that something else can be reborn, right? That's what brings balance ultimately, right? It's the circle of life. It's all things are cyclical, you know. Could you imagine if no one ever died that was ever born on the planet? We would be so overpopulated with, like, it would just be crazy. You know what I mean? That would actually be disgusting. Right? So it's kind of like you have to let go of things, because there's certain ways of living that are obsolete, that can no longer be held on to, that actually become waste, you know? So yeah, right? What you leave behind, right? Sometimes there's value in what you leave behind. Okay? Because it's like if you were stuck on this planet, or you were stuck in a situation that just never changed, it's like, man, you would be a prisoner of that, right? So this is kind of like not letting your spirit, your soul, right, or your energy be prisoner to something. Don't let yourself be held captive by something from your past, right? By your own making. You know, you have to atone for things sometimes. You have to accept some things sometimes. Don't fight them. Just let things be, you know? Let's see what the other card is here. Right, the Prince of Cups, Knight of Cups, which is Pisces energy, right? This is your energy too, because it's water. But we could be dealing with Pisces, Cancer. We could definitely be dealing with Leo, Taurus, Scorpio type energy, but definitely Pisces. A lot of that, you know, dissolving these boundaries here. And sometimes the boundary that needs to be dissolved is the lens that is kind of like foggy, that we don't see through. We don't see like the clarity of our situation, right? Because we haven't been able to process things efficiently, or in a way that we can like bring some meaning, right? And we can put meaning into words, right? So that we can really atone, we can really say, we can really verbalize something, right? When you can verbalize it, then that means it's already gone from feeling to, you know, it's been in the head. You've been holding back from saying it. You know, you've been processing it in the mind more, just because you held back so that you could process more. And then you were feeling so much, but then you was like, okay, I need to release these feelings. I've got to say something. I feel like I'm being a prisoner to these feelings and these emotions and all of this. You know what I mean? So you got to release it so that you can move forward to something. Yeah, because it's just been like the Lord here, right? It's asking you to face whatever it is. You know, face the letting go, right? Because actually you're letting go of something that was restricting you anyway. You're letting go of something that like you didn't want to really be I don't know, self-mastery, you know, don't be your own worst enemy, that type of thing. And know who your enemies are. Or frenemies, whatever it is. I don't think we have any 11s here, but we have the Rebirth, which is like a 2. right? So it's kind of like you don't want to be an enemy to yourself. Don't become an enemy to yourself. Let's see what these cards are on the back. Oh yeah, we already got them all. Let's see what's behind the Princess of Cups or the Prince of Cups. So we have, this is kind of moving pretty fast. The Prince of Cups is, you know, Pisces, Aquarius. There we go. So that's 11th house, right? Friends, having that kind of like understanding, thoughtful, compassionate understanding. Okay? That's a process in itself. I have to accept some things emotionally, right? Yeah, just accepting some things. Because the Prince of Cups is Pisces, energy. But Pisces is also the High Priestess, which is the divine feminine, which is divine law and divine order. So you might have to not accept something from someone in terms of like a living, breathing person. You might just have to accept something that is being fed to you through your thoughts and through your perspective that has changed, that is basically leading you to accept something that is actually more powerful than you. So you almost kind of like have to. Because Pisces is the very last sign. And this is kind of like a mission. So Spirit has been on a mission to get you to realize this in your soul or your spirit, right? And it's something that you can't deny because you can't deny the love, right? But you might want to fight it because it could be tough love too, because the princess are the knights and they are fire. So it's tough love because Pisces is the esoteric, under the esoteric rulership of Pluto. Right? So some things you just have to accept. And keep it moving. All right, Cancer, like, share, subscribe, comment on the video. You know, I will talk to you soon. I don't know. I was thinking of what I was going to title this and that I didn't title Taurus and Gemini yet, but I'm going to. Okay, accept it and keep it moving, Cancer. Don't restrict yourself because you have all of these opportunities ahead of you, right? Because these cards came out and they were like, hey, you know, once you're going to do that and you're going to admit some things, accept some things, and keep it moving. And focus on what's important because there's some gold here, right? It's a very golden card. It's very sun card. This is Sun in Virgo, right? 8 of Diamonds, 8 of Pentacles. All right. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Check the information in the description box. It's all there.